everybody, this is Naz, and today is day 21 of Inktober 2017, and that means that we are in the last 10 days of the challenge. Woohoo! Today's theme was Furious, and I had a bit of trouble thinking of what to do, but I ended up doing, well, I always say that, but I ended up doing, this little robot character. And I've got other similar characters. Well, I've got 3 main other ones. I don't use them in like stories or anything, but I did design the characters. So one of them is called Terry, and he's kind of optimistic, happy, and curious, you know. And then there's Ugly, who's like, yeah, you can check out the characters on my DeviantArt page. I only did a couple just because like I didn't want to push it, because I felt like if I didn't have the inspiration for it already, then it wouldn't turn out as well. But I did one based on being angry, right? And I liked the idea of having 2 things coming out of its head where steam comes out, so it's like having steam coming out of your ears. The thing I really like about making these little robot characters, it helps me learn a lot about shape language, because I mean, like, you learn about shape languages with characters. The basic premise of it is that triangles are more dynamic, whereas squares, rectangles, and basically anything with right angles is dependable, and circles are friendly. So I mean, obviously because it's a robot, right, it's non-human, meaning that like squares, rectangles are often used a lot. But because the robot's also furious, I used some triangles as well, because furious is like being angry is quite a extreme emotion. So that's basically how I made up the robot, and then I just kind of combined the shapes into what I felt looked good. I actually did the background first today. I just felt like I wanted to be sure about how it would balance, because sometimes, right, when you have a white background, you draw in like all the details and everything, and it looks balanced with the white background, but then as soon as you slap on like a really solid black background like the one I'm doing here, all of a sudden it's out of balance again. So I did the background first, just so I'd have something to judge it against. Okay, well, I don't know if it's really a background actually. It's kind of just a black triangle behind the robot to fill the space, but the triangle, again, it contrasts with the first triangle, which is pointing upwards. It points down instead, and it also accentuates the whole shape language, because I realized that the robot was basically just a standard robot, all squares with a triangle for a head. So I changed that as well. But you can also have shape languages in the smaller details of the robot. So I gave the robot triangular hands, and the eyes of the robot are also angular. And with my robot characters, I always like to give them a sort of name tag, because I think it's kind of ironic giving robots a name because they're a machine, right? But giving them a name makes it sound like they're like a pet, or at least a living thing. So it's an interesting touch. That's why I like it. It's kind of amusing and ironic. So this one's just called Fury. I was thinking of calling it something funny like Cuddles or something. Again, being ironic, but I didn't think it fit too well. So yeah, I had some trouble detailing this actually, just because, like, I mean, in the past when I've done robot characters like this, I normally actually colour them with coloured pencil, which is kind of rare because I don't really do very much with coloured pencil or colour in any form. But I guess at the time when I was designing these characters, I was trying to experiment with some new things, so I was like, hey, let's go all the way and experiment with colour. But that meant that I didn't really have to worry so much about detail, because some of the space was kind of taken up by the colour. But when it's in black and white, you do have to worry about detail, or at least values, but because it's pen, there is no grayscale. It's a lot easier to I mean, you can make values in grayscale, but they're more of an illusion actually. So the detail is very important, but then again, you also don't want to over detail it, so it's like really hard to make a balance. I think I didn't quite have enough detail in the final one, but I covered it up by doing that hatching thing, which I've been in love with lately. I did the smoke with you know, when like in cartoons when a bomb hits the ground and there's this mushroom shaped cloud. Yeah, I did the smoke in that sort of shape because I felt like it was more cartoonish, I guess. But yeah, all in all, it's a very simple illustration. Quite blocky, kind of conceptual almost. I used my Uni Pen 0.1 and my uni pen 0.1 marker because my 0.3 marker is kind of screwed. So I'll need to be getting a new one of those as soon as I can, basically, although we're almost at the end. I think I could make do with just the 0.1s for the rest of the challenge. And also my outline 0.6 for the background and the solid areas. The 0.6 is no good for detail at all, but I actually really like the boldness of it, so that's why I use it so often. I feel like I've been trying to experiment with a lot of different mediums and styles recently. I used to do quite a lot of pencil drawing, but I felt that it just didn't quite fit anymore because I was trying to put in more detail, but then it wouldn't work because the pencil kept smudging, so I used a harder pencil, but then the shading wasn't smooth and it was just a total nightmare. Eventually I was doing like sizes A3 and A2 and it took forever and I was never really happy with it because I was a bit of a perfectionist about it. So that's when I started thinking, right, I gotta try some new things. So I tried watercolor, I tried color pencil, I tried pen. That's what I'm doing right now. But I just went on this tangent and I don't remember what I was talking about anymore. Well, that's a bit of insight into what I'm doing with pen. I'm sorry about that. Well, anyway, I probably sound like a total lunatic, but all in good spirits. So we're getting close to the end of the video. Tomorrow's theme is trail, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.